Thanks everybody for coming back to this week's episode of Not That Problematic. This is the safe space for the shit you're not supposed to say out loud. And I want to first apologize. We didn't have an episode, last week, but life be life and that's the beauty of running your own shit. If I don't feel like having an episode, I don't have to have an episode. Y'all know I'm in nursing school. Shit gets hectic. Anyway, so for this episode, it's going to go a little bit longer than most because we have some illustrious guests. I don't know if we call it a panel, just everything, because they're going to teach me about being single in the year of our Lord and Savior 2021. So without further ado, I'd like to let my beautiful guests introduce themselves, and we're going to start off with Mr. Lorenzo.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? My name is Lorenzo. You can follow me on Instagram at I am original content and on Twitter at I am original Z.
And then next we're going to have Victoria.
Hello. My name is Victoria.
That's what's up. It's lit.
I mean, it's private around my parts.
I feel you. I feel you. We're going to have Miss Keila.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Keila, co-host of Crown Conversations, a podcast, 1/4, and co-host of Two Moms and a Bottle podcast, full-time creative right now, Rattler. Hey.
And then last but certainly not least, y'all heard him on the last episode, had to bring my dog back for the convo. Go ahead, Rich, tell him.
What it is, it's your boy Richie the Monster, aka Monster Big Boss, man. And this is Not That Problematic podcast, not my podcast, Honey and the Monster, or Sports Vibes, whichever one we like, you know what I mean? But I'm back, man. This is different this time. This ain't sports. This is my other endeavors, you know what I'm saying? Not sports, the other side, you feel me?
Endeavors, okay. That's what we call it in 2021. Also, guys, I'm going to have everybody's Instagrams, podcasts, Twitters, whatever, in the description box. You guys are going to be able to follow them as I always do because, real recognize real. All the podcasts that I reference all the time, y'all hear me reference Crown Conversations, something Jenna, something Keila, Malcolm, or AJ said. I reference it all the time. I'm always talking about Honey and the Monster, you know what I'm saying? And as y'all know, this podcast is produced by Model Music Network and Black Gator Production. So Lorenzo graciously came from behind the scenes to actually be on to the podcast. So let's get started. This is my first question for everybody, and we can go around the room and everybody can just answer it. What is, to you, the most difficult part of dating in 2021? And whoever wants to answer, go ahead and you could start.
So I feel like one of the hardest parts about dating nowadays is there's a couple things actually, but I feel like the most important things is one is social media, is the concept of what a relationship is, who does what, things of that nature. People see, whether it be celebrities or other people on social media, influencers, things of that nature. They like, oh, goals, da 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 da. Instead of, communicating when they partner or whatever, this is what works for us. We have to try to follow this type of mantra. And then also too, that just the instant gratification world that we live in, everybody wants it right now. Give it to me right now. Don't nobody really want to put in the work. You feel me? So I think those are two things that kind of, play into the whole dating thing, and a lot of stuff is electronic now, you could meet mad people over the internet and stuff. You don't even necessarily have to leave the comfort of your own home to meet people anymore, honestly. So it's just that type of concept. So the social media, the instant gratification, and just that communication over airwaves and stuff instead of the face-to-face physical. I think those are some of the things that, play into today's dating. You feel me?
Okay. Victoria, I saw you shaking your head at a couple things that Rich was saying. You want to elaborate on that?
I mean, I agree. I think for me, I would just think that a lot of men kind of misconstrue dating as in like, you know, like you want to be in a relationship with them or something like that. To me, for me. And I think it's different for women. Like, I think it's different in the sense that we're expected to do more. And it's so much more that you have to kind of uphold. And the maintenance and just being a woman. So I think that plays a big factor. And also like just men being honest and men just wanting to actually be in a relationship or just even want to date, you know, like even get on that path to being, you know, just with one woman and do all this stuff. So I think you incorporate social media and stuff like that, it just makes it a lot harder to date because you don't know what someone's really like into, how they're really living. And you can like portray, you can be anything you want on social media. So, you know, that's what it is for me.
Okay. And then Lorenzo, what say you?
With me, it's mostly the timing, because timing plays a big factor into like all relationships. I'm 31, so like I'm at that age to where it's like I'm, resonating with everybody in social media, but at the same time, I'm still like a part of the old school. So it's like I don't really know what it really means to be like by myself in a relationship. Cause like in my past, I was nothing but relationships, leave 1, 2 weeks later, I'm with somebody else,
Okay, good
but
man.
Definitely.
Next one, 15 coming.
now that I'm older, I'm learning what it means to like really be by myself. So it's like I don't really look for that relationship with somebody right now because, like later on in the future, I'll know what it means to be by myself. So that way I can give all of myself to somebody else,
Because you can't be
exactly
someone if you don't know you.
don't
I
know
understand
yourself,
that.
yeah.
So you felt that it was necessary,
It's
but
definitely
then
about time.
yeah. Okay. And then Miss Keila, let's wrap it up. This question. What's it?
I think the hardest thing for me right now with dating is finding someone who is able to have like open communication and date with intention. So people are afraid to, at least in my experience, like people are afraid to have the conversation. Like, what are your plans with me? What are we doing? Not necessarily like, what are we? Like, what are we doing? Can I go on a date and tell you about it? Can I date other people and just be like, okay, this is where you stand? Like, people don't like having intentional conversation because they're so afraid of losing their rank in the talking stage. And then like when you start bringing in social media, it's like now I gotta like constantly defend myself versus what I'm saying on the internet where I'm talking shit to you who should be secure in what we got because I talk to you outside of social media. But again, we can't have those hard conversations because we don't understand being genuine with someone. Like, you're not going to please someone that you're in a relationship with. You don't even please your friends, your family, like anybody. So it's like if I'm talking to you, we're in this talking phase, your representative is still up. You don't want to be like, yeah, so I went on a date today. Somebody tried to talk to me today. I went and fucked somebody else. You know what I mean? While we're still in this talking phase, like you can't be that honest. And for me, I come straight out the gate with this, that, and the third. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If you don't like it, maybe just we wasn't, this wasn't our time. We didn't have the capacity for each other. So for me, it's just that candid conversation, that brutal honesty, radical honesty.
Okay, I definitely feel that. Like I was saying, like, okay, like Lorenzo brought up, he's 31. I believe we are all the same. I'm 30, Victoria.
I'm 31, freshman year.
And then Kayla's 30. My dog just turned, you know what I'm saying? My dog just had that dirty 30.
Hey.
And
Happy
then
belated.
and Mosh just had his dirty 30 as well. So we are all, yeah, so we're all, you know what I'm saying, in that same range that Lorenzo was talking about where, technology and social media, we grew up with it, but we still are used to a day and age that where you had to like leave your house to talk to people. My thing is, and it's interesting to me that every one of y'all brought in social media as one of the difficult factors of dating, because when Stefan and I first started dating, it was officially dating when he started claiming me. It was March of 2014. Let's not play like he was claiming me since 2013, because that's not what it was. But the relationship that I left, and Keila, you know who I was with prior to me even joining the army, shit was toxic AF. And in joining the army and going through basic training, I didn't know it at the time, but through therapy, thank God for that, and just working through things, it helped me realize what I will put up with, what I won't put up with, in time to myself, like Lorenzo was talking about. So by the time that I met Stefan, like, we was, in the talking situationship, basically smashing phase. Like, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, having sex with nobody else once he and I started having sex, because for what? But with that, I was just like, I don't want to just be somebody's jump off again, because I went through that. I'm not going through that no more. And then I was like, that's it. He ain't claiming me. Lorenzo was like, why don't you just talk to him? Have that open communication, candid conversation. Did that. And then boom, fast forward, it's 2021 and we're still here. And it's like, social media in 2013 and 14 is not social media of 2020, 2021. It's not that. Like, Instagram, I think, was just finding its footing, like, because Instagram didn't come out till like 2011, so it was still 2010, so it was still like fresh. You know what I'm saying? People was on Twitter. We was really on Twitter, but it wasn't like, you wasn't talking about your relationship on Twitter. That's where you went to like pop your shit. And Facebook, everybody know that's where you post your picture so your grandma can see that you're still alive and that you doing fine. So wasn't nobody putting nothing on Facebook. But now the way things are, it's like, I see people like, oh, you went and liked this person's picture. Obviously, we're not together no more because you putting hard eyes under somebody who you've never met. Like, it's like, it's a whole thing. And I'll be looking at stuff and like some of the stuff that people, and they're sometimes younger, like early 20s, they be like, well, he said that he was gonna take me, you know what I'm saying, to the Cheesecake Factory, and we were supposed to be eating this brown bread together. But then I get there and and then it's not that, you know what I'm saying? Sis comes in, she got a whole baby on the way. Like, now you find out he got 2 people pregnant. And just like, I don't know which one you said it, Victoria, I think you said you can be anybody you want to on social media. And them extra families, that's what really be fucking up the kids.
You gotta check them tag photos. Check them tag
yes,
photos.
you gotta
You
check
go
the tag
Instagram,
photos.
that's the first thing I do is click on the tag photos.
You gotta check the
show
tag
me your
photos.
page? I'm clicking the tag photos. I'm checking locations that you tag in your highlights. Who all stay over there? What you doing in Orlando? Check them tag photos.
I love it.
You gotta read the comments.
What you got, Boss?
Keila, you gotta read the comments.
All right, so
You
basically, what I kind of wanted to do was I kind of want to piggyback, because I feel like, I want to give my perspective coming from like the male perspective and thing like that, right? So I agree with y'all completely. What it is a lot of niggas don't want to be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Because we've been taught like so much, like, you can't let a woman know that you want the pussy. You feel me? Because then you lose the pussy. But what I'm saying is that what I've learned over the years is if you're just honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're honest, clearly, obviously, if a nigga approaches you, you have to think from a nigga's perspective. Only thing I know about you is physicality. I don't know anything about you. So of course I could see myself getting to that point with you. That's why I'm even approaching you in the first place. But obviously we don't come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? But if we were to be like, yo, listen, right now I'm not really looking for whatever. I'm just looking for, you know what I'm saying, some fun or whatever. Actually give women the choice. Whereas like if you sell them dreams, you lie to them, things like that.
That would be too honest.
You're taking the choice away from them. If you give them the choice, like, should I fuck with this nigga? If I fuck with this nigga, I know he's this type of person, that he got this going on and that. You can make the decision as a woman, like, okay, I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have this conversation. And a lot of niggas, they don't want to have that conversation. They don't want to be like, all right, so what we doing? Like, are we still fucking around with other people? Is it just exclusive? Is it just the sex is just exclusive between us, but we can still talk and mingle and stuff like that? Like, what is it that you actually want? I feel like if niggas was just honest and let that be known, it'd be so. Of course, you're gonna lose some. Some women are not gonna go for that because they want a genuine, true, committed relationship, old school and stuff. And if that's what they want, you can't be upset with Shorty because that's what she wants. If that's what she wants, let her have that. And you say, you know what? Okay, well, I appreciate it. Thank you for the conversation, and keep it moving. Like, there's no reason to go through all that bullshit. We too old now. We way too old now to be playing them little kid games. You feel me? Just let it be known what you want. And I think that'll fix a lot of things, especially in this day and age too. And you're right. Them tag photos and got a nigga caught up a couple times. I ain't going. First off, I don't even know sometimes that I'm in tagged photos. Like, I just be skipping over the notification and everything. And nigga, I find out, I'm like, nigga, look like I'm in a whole relationship in my tag photos. And I am not. So that shit is funny.
So it's like another thing I feel like too, like, you say you're not in the relationship, but the person that tagged you in that photo, they need to know that you're not in a relationship as well. So I think it goes back to what you said about being honest, but words are one thing and actions are another. So and that's how I got played before, you know what I'm saying, Stefan? Don't tell me your intentions are, this is just gonna be this, you know what I'm saying? We just smashing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that it is what it is. Because when I agree to that, and when I, you know what I'm saying, you give me the choice and I tell you, like, I'm comfortable with that, but then you treat me like we're in an exclusive monogamous relationship, and then you have the expectation of, when you say we are just fucking, you mean you can fuck me and other people, but you want me to be exclusive to just you, and that's just not how this shit is supposed to work. And that's why, like, your actions have to align with what you said that your intentions were, because if they don't, that's where shit gets messed up. And then y'all go and blow up at the woman like, well, I told you in the beginning XYZ, and that's where, you know, that's where everything gets fucked up at.
Niggas' pride cannot handle that, bro. I'm just being real. Niggas can't handle.
I was gonna say that
it's
ego.
It take a real nigga to really, like for example, one of my ex shorties and stuff like that. You know, she's African and stuff. You know, I'm Caribbean, so we like to go out and dance and stuff. We always had this thing where, like, we would dance with other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just had that that conversation, that thing, right? So, like, but again, it's my job and her job, like, all right, yeah, we can dance with other people, but, like, if it gets too far, like, I can't be dancing with a shorty and try to finger blast her in the club. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? My shorty already gave me the leeway, like, you could dance with her.
It's disrespectful even if you're single, just to throw that out there.
Well, of course, yes. No,
even
right.
if
consent.
single, it's
consent.
not okay.
You need consent for everything. You heard? Okay. You need consent for everything. And I had to learn that, because I was definitely that nigga in the club, like, oh, let me get by you real quick. Excuse me. Let me get by. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you've learned. I'm so glad you learned.
I had to learn. You know, that's definitely the learning thing. Listen, once I get on ESPN, if any shorties come out, I'm sorry. If I was in Club Taboo, I grazed by you, I apologize. You feel me? Like, it wasn't nothing crazy like that. You feel me? So, but yeah, nah.
I'm dead. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's like, your pride is a motherfucker. Like, yeah, don't treat me like your girl if you say I'm not your girl, and don't have those expectations. And then it's on women too, because we give niggas way more than they deserve in the beginning, and then that's how we turn out looking like boo boo.
And that's me. That's me right there. So I haven't had any experience where men just treat me like poorly, like, in that sense, like, you ain't my, you know what I'm saying, like, nah. But not saying I'm over it, because I've gotten treated poorly in, like, other ways, but I think more so, like, I'm a Libra. I love to love, and I love, like, sex, and I love just, like, you know, just being like, oh, you know, the idea of it. I'm like a hopeless romantic. So for me, it's not so much of everything in the beginning, but maybe like, it depends on what you say, what you consider the beginning. Like, you know, the first month, first 2 months, 6 months, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's been my biggest thing. But like what Moss was saying, like, man, for me, I've had a situation like, and it lasts about 3 years. The dude was like, hey, I'm smashing this chick, I'm doing this. And I'm just like, hey, well, I'm doing this, you know, and we linked up for about 3 years. Like, it was cool. It ended up being like something like a whole situationship, but the whole honesty aspect was there. Like, it was even to the point where this dude was like, oh yeah, I did have sex with your friend, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dang, you did? I'm mad at you, but I still make the choice to still get that dick. You know what I'm saying? But this was like in my early 20s, because I just really was like, whatever. But I just think men just don't want to be honest, because men will tell me what I want to hear, you know? So I think it's the honesty thing for me. Men aren't super honest.
Yeah, I mean, people in general don't be honest. I think
No, but it's the difference though. Like when men trying to get that coochie, they don't be honest. They be like,
they
they
don't.
see that
They
ass,
don't. They
they don't
don't.
be honest. They see that ass, they don't be
They
honest for
be
nothing. They
lying.
be like,
Like
hold
shit.
up,
They be lying.
now. Because I gotta put on for the men. Sometimes we be lying, but women be lying too. Okay,
oh yeah, women lie. Women
You-
lie for sure.
Our
And then
lies
some
are
women do too
strategic.
much. Some women do too much. I will say that. I don't be doing too
exactly.
much. I don't think so.
And women is spiteful with that pussy. Okay, how you gonna fuck my barber knowing I gotta see this nigga every 2 weeks? You gonna
Why
fuck?
your
Ooh,
barber
see,
trying to
no,
fuck
I
me?
don't, no, I don't like that.
No, you know what you was doing. Okay, you know what you was doing. Women is trifling.
What
Don't
kind of
blame
females
us.
you mess with?
My
But
thing
you,
is,
I
my
mess
thing
with
is,
trifling.
women,
Yeah,
women are reactionary. Like, we not just gonna go out and do some shit. Just a woman is not just gonna fuck your barber just off the rip on some shit like that. You did
why the
something
barber
to her
though?
to make her go and fuck your barber, to be spiteful. Women are not just spiteful just because that's what the fuck we like to do.
And y'all
That's not
premeditated.
true.
Y'all are
Very
premeditated.
premeditated, very
Premeditated trifling.
calculated,
And see, that's
calculated.
the thing. See, that's the thing with niggas. With niggas, like, we're really, oh, we just fuck shorty at the gym real quick just because the pussy was right there. But y'all is different. Y'all plan it, think about it. You know what I'm saying? And niggas will never know. You know why? Because niggas are so like, we so like I said, that pride. Like, my girl would never do that. So I will never even like put it in my mind. Whereas women is suspicious of everything. Nigga, who texting you? What you looking at your phone? Why you smiling at your phone? Why you like, you know what I'm saying? And niggas, we just dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we just dumb about it. Cause shorties, you'll never find out. Women are so smart. Like, that's one thing I will say. Y'all are a lot smarter than us. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but y'all are a lot smarter than us, how y'all move and how y'all do things. Niggas, we just like, oh yeah. Yeah, I just fuck shorty. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Boom. Keep it moving, don't even forget about it. Y'all is completely different.
I don't know. I just feel like back in my, you know what I'm saying, my trifling days, like, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like I'm holier than thou, like I ain't fucked nobody man before or anything like that. But that ain't got nothing to do with me. That has nothing. Me fucking your man has nothing to do with me. That's between
not
you
my
and your
problem.
man. That's not my fault.
Hold on. If y'all heard some of the conversation me and Burton had in in Fob Shank in Afghanistan, it is wild. Yo, Burton is wild.
Listen, one thing I feel like everybody that knows me knows about me. I am not ashamed of anything that I have done ever in my life, because it's all been a learning experience. It's people that probably listen to this podcast, and yes, I fucked your man, and I don't apologize for it, because that's between y'all. And would I do that now? Would I do that now? No. It would, but I would never, if you know, knock on wood, Stefan ever went out and, like, you know what I'm saying, like, cheated on me and like fuck some other bitch or whatever, I would never go after her, because that ain't got shit to do with her, because he stepped out on our shit. But
what if she knows about your relationship? We're right.
He still should not have even been in the situation or even let it get to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's between us.
So your trust isn't right, not in shorty.
Not this. I don't trust these hoes. Fuck these bitches.
That's a fact. I'm with you.
But I trust my husband. I trust my husband, and that's, you know what I'm saying? And that's why how I know niggas is trifling, because I was fucking niggas with girlfriends back in the day. Back in the day.
And some niggas husbands.
Way back in the day.
Husbands too.
Nah, none of them was married. I ain't never fucked nobody's husband. That's, you know, it's a line. I ain't never fucked nobody's husband. Now, are they married now? Maybe. But when they was dating in the boyfriend girlfriend stage, never a husband. That's something different.
Wow, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not my fault. It ain't got nothing to do with me. If your man,
that's a fact. I'm telling you, I love being a side nigga. I'm telling you, that shit is amazing. Get the same pussy the main nigga get without the problems. Easy. What? That's sensational for me. For me, I'm fine with that. I play my position very good.
Side niggas be fun. Side niggas be fun.
Side niggas are the best.
Exactly. Because we know how to keep our fucking mouth shut. Stay in my lane.
So I don't know. I've never had a side nigga. I've been a side bitch, but I've never had a side nigga. So I don't.
Oh my goodness, they're fun. It's like, hey, boyfriend number 2. Shout out to Pleasure P.
That's a fact. Listen, the rules are so fun because like you can't really hit her up. She'll hit you up whenever, and you gotta be ready. You gotta have that dick on call as a side nigga. That is one thing though. Your shit gotta be ready. You feel me? It's been a couple times I've been out running some errands. Shorty like, what's up? I'm like, oh fuck, gotta run home, shave real quick, shower. You know what I'm saying? Get it all nice. You feel me? You gotta be on call with that dick. So you know that's one of the things though. You feel me? It's a great job.
So you've been a little quiet.
Well, none of these really apply to me. I'm gay, so like I don't know. Just be like,
well, wait, talking about getting the dick. That, I mean,
it's the same shit though. I mean, it really is the same shit.
Exactly.
I didn't even know you was gay.
I'm with like it'd be what?
He said I didn't even know you was gay.
I mean, shoot, Brystal and I, we
It's
know a
the
little
same
something.
shit. Everybody fuck on everybody, so you know it's like we just open about it. Well, I'm open about it. I don't give a fuck.
So it's the same as just 2 penises involved.
Yeah, that's why I'm single. Don't nobody want to be committed, so it's like fuck it, you know.
But do you have to be committed? Like, do you need that? Do you absolutely need a commitment?
I'm independent. I do what I do for myself, and I don't need nobody else to do it. So it's like, you know, why even take those extra steps to go through all of that bullshit when it's really going to come back to me in the first place, you know?
But what about just having a partner? Because I think something that just for me on my personal experience from my last relationship, I thought my last relationship was the one. You can ask Brystal. I was like, I'm good. I'm out the streets, y'all. I'm out the game. I'm straight. And then next thing you know, I'm back in the streets. Like, what do I do out here? And so it had me reevaluate like how I look at the needs that I require from someone in a relationship. So it's like, I like you. I want to fuck, you know, I appreciate your time, our time together. However, I don't necessarily need a commitment. I just need to know that we're on the same page. And I think that that's like now, especially being 30, it's like the things that I have to consider. The biological clock is kind of like ticking. Now, do I want to be married? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I might get fat next year and that might take 50 niggas out my roster. So like, it's just different things to consider. And I had to take like, oh my God, I don't have to date anybody and be all the way committed to them. We just have to be on the same page and understand like, yo, like, I appreciate you. I respect you enough to communicate that I don't need full-time commitment. I just need you there.
So with that thinking, how do you feel about like co-parenting and stuff like that? Because you're talking about
I co-parent right now. And
so would you do okay, so you would rather be with the person you're having children with in a relationship? Like a
I
family?
think my next time around, if I do have children, I would prefer we have something like, you know, more. But I had a good run with co-parenting, and then we started running into hiccups where it's like, were we completely done with each other emotionally? Because that's when we talk about ego being involved. I don't want to be in a relationship with the person I co-parent with, but there's still a seniority complex that I have where I feel like I still need to come first. Fuck these new bitches in your life. I feel like nigga, if I need an oil change and I'm driving your baby around, come change my shit or come with me to change my shit. Like it's certain priorities where I done dropped this baby. I done put my life on the line. She at the crib with me. Like, you need to prioritize better in a co-parenting situation. However, he's still his own individual. And that's my ego that I need to sort through, where I don't own him. I don't own his new situation, but I need to learn how to respect his situations. And I don't currently. I don't give a fuck about none of that new shit you got going on. So yeah, you take care of your baby, but I still need to be taken care of too. But again, that's ego. I need to be self-sufficient in a space where when I enter a space with a new man, what I look like telling a new nigga my baby daddy give my car some oil changes.
But I'm saying, if you need the oil change, what if I just send you the bread? Is that good? Can I just do that?
Sure, but I prefer you do it. I don't want to go up there.
But see, that's where I feel like I differ from y'all, because I had fun all of my 20s and like teens. So now I'm ready to settle down. Like I did the serious relationship like in my like mid 20s, and I dodged that bullet, came out that thing with no kids. So I mean, I'm 31 and I'm very intentional, especially I think because of what I'm going to school for. Like I'm super intentional. So it's just like, but what Keila was saying brought up another thing. That's why I don't date men who have children. No offense if y'all follow me, y'all, end up, it's nothing personal, but it's because of the ties that they have, with their children's mother, which is fine. I just don't want to come in on that. You know what I'm saying? So all of those things that she was saying that he needs to prioritize and everything was very valid. It's true. But I think that's the thing with society now. Like so many people like have kids, but there's also a few like, there's a few men out there who don't have kids, you know what I'm saying? So I just think that, it's really different out there. It's really different. I mean, I have had that time to be like, hey, I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know what, I can't really say I know the type of man so much. I know who I want to be with, like my husband, because I believe that God knows that. But, I don't want the same things that I did once. So, yeah, but she hit the nail on the head, because I'm telling you, it's just like, after I feel like you've gone through so much and you lose yourself in a relationship, and then you come back and you evaluate, that self-evaluation is everything. That self-love, that finding yourself and knowing who you are before you get into a relationship. And I feel like, maybe in a couple of like years or whatever, I'll be like more evolved to where I can kind of incorporate that, because kids are a big thing. And I think that a lot of people don't really, I mean, I don't know, I don't have kids, I don't know, but yeah, that's what I will say about that, because it seems like everyone on this podcast like has a different perspective on dating and what they want and the type of like, I don't know. It just seems like everyone's really sure and everyone's really experienced, as you should be in your 30s. But I mean, I don't know. I'm not a serial dater. I'm more of like oh, okay, we dating, did good. What? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So I have a question about that as far as it goes with dating someone with kids. This is a scenario based question for Victoria. Yes. So if let's say the nigga, so 31, right? And the nigga that is pursuing you is 35, right? And he has a 10-year-old child. He and the baby mother were never married. They co-parent, yes, but like I said, the child is 10. They broke up when the child was going on 3, right before the kid's 3rd birthday. So they've been out of a relationship for the past 7 years, and she has a new nigga. Are you dating this nigga with the 10-year-old child?
No. Like, unless God, literally, that's what I said. I mean, unless God himself is like, you need to date him, that's your husband, I would prefer not to. And I'll say this, it's not based off of like the baby mama drama. It's not about that. It's, for me, I want us to only have that bond together. I want us only to have children together, that experience. Like, this is both our first time. Like, you know, I'm saying we're experiencing this together. That's why I say, like, for me, I feel like I need to wait for a special type of man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to being somebody, you know, stepmom or whatever. But at the end of the day, I mean, I would just kind of prefer for like all of us to only have children with each other, one another. Like, no outside babies. I wouldn't be mean to the baby. Like I said, if God was like, hey, this your husband, this is what I put you, you know, I'm not saying God, I can't tell God what to do, you know, but I'm looking up, y'all can't see it, but I'm talking to God. But like, I mean, if that's what, I just don't want to eat it. But if that's what he blessed me with, like, you know, I mean,
I feel that.
I would accept it because it's not about the child and it's not about the issues he has or he had in the past. It's about him being a good man to me and a good provider. And so, I mean, I just would prefer someone who doesn't have kids because I'm selfish.
I love that. Standing with you, girl. Listen, I love
Girl, I'm 10
my dog
toes
said,
down, like they say.
no. Like, I said what I said.
No, you can't limit God. But y'all see me in a couple of years and my man got a kid and we taking family photos. I'm going to own this podcast. So I'm going to own it. I'm going to own it.
I agree with you. It take
no kids. So
listen, it take a certain level of maturity to play the stepmom or the stepfather role because you gotta understand, though they will always be connected as long as
exactly, and I respect that.
So you have to take and see me. I'm the type of person, I love children. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any of my own, but I do love children. So you know, I feel like like that's a very gray area because it's like, yes, you want to have a close relationship with this child or whatever the case might be, because you know what I'm saying, you're with their mom, you know, whatever, but you know, they also have a father. So it's just like you don't necessarily want to be their father. You're just more of like a father figure. And it's just like, you know, you also need to have a relationship with their father too. Like I feel like if I had children or whatever, and me and my child's mom wasn't together, if I was dating a new woman or whatever, I would definitely want her to have at least have a conversation with my child's mom if she's going to be around my child or whatever, or have them meet or something, just because you have to have that level of, you know what I'm saying, you have to communicate. And like Shorty was saying earlier, like, you know what I'm saying, it's that ego, like this person is going on with their life, like they've done something, like we're not together anymore, so you have to kind of somewhat accept that, you know what I mean? But it's just all about respect. Like, you know, I would definitely let my child's mom know, hey, I got a new person, I would like for you to meet them, or we could all go out together, just so she could have her sense of security, you know, as a mom. Like, I just feel like that's just respectable, you know what I mean?
And if you guys want to hear more about step parenting, go ahead and listen back to the step parenting episode that I did with Destiny Cruz at I Run DMC. That was a couple of episodes ago, but you can refer back to that one, and we definitely dive into step parenting and what it's like to be a step parent as a millennial. And her stepchild is older. He turned 10 like tomorrow. So, you know, there was that. That was a good episode. So y'all should go ahead.
I don't date men with kids. I'm not trying to Brady Bunch it.
It's true.
Either true. I'm your first baby mama or I'm not. Like I know how I am. Like I know how I am in real life. I know how I am on social media. I'm not fun to deal with as a co-parent or a child's mother. I'm not that fun. I'm not that agreeable. Like, I take shit to the extreme. If it's not about me, it's about no one. And I have a whole ass kid. No.
I'm confused because
I just don't like men with kids. Like, I don't want to have to deal with another personality that may be like mine. I'm dominant. I'm very dominant. I won't call myself an alpha female because I'm never going to take away a man's masculine duties or his energy, but I do establish dominance in any situation I'm in. So no, I don't want to date nobody with kids.
Shit. In 2021, the masculine feminine line's been blurred. So shit, I don't know.
Think it's blurred. I don't think it's blurred. It's a conversation. And I think, you know what I mean? It's just a conversation. What roles do you want? when you're with me. And this is for me, I don't know how it is, Brystal, you're married, but like for me, especially like seeing shit on social media where like you see people in relationships on social media and they look great, but you know they shit trash. And it's like, I wonder what their conversations be like. You posting all this happy shit, but what is the dialogue in the house behind the scenes? What are we talking about? Like, how are we establishing what goes and what doesn't? And it's really not us versus the problem. It's like us versus the other person. So I don't think it's a blurred line, but that's an interesting take on it. I just think that the conversations just aren't being had.
And that goes back to the honesty, that what we were saying about nobody wants to have a candid conversation. Nobody wants to have honesty. I would just like to piggyback on, both of my friends and say, I too was like, I'm not dating a nigga with kids. My first child and Stefan's first child is the same child. So that was my whole take on the situation, because I have seen co-parenting at its worst. I've seen co-parenting work.
Yeah,
I
me
have
too.
also seen co-parenting not work at all and be extremely toxic for not only the child but for the parents that are involved in the situation and all of the family involved in the situation. So I was like, what Bristol's not going to do is that. So I understand, and I truly again, no shade to all the step parents out there. It like Rich said, it takes a level of maturity and a level of selflessness to take on someone else's offspring, take on someone's child that did not come from you, especially if the child lives with you and your partner. That's a whole different ball game, because it's like if you got nieces and nephews, you can be like, oh, okay, now go back with your mama. But if this child is living with you, like essentially you are taking on the role with that child. You have to play a role in that child's life, because it's not like what, you're gonna walk past the child in the house and not say nothing, and you're not gonna let the child run amok in your house. So it's like it takes a special type of being, and I'm not built for that shit. So I definitely concur on on what they said, like I wasn't for it. And I have anybody else want to put in on the kids topic?
Personally, I don't mind. I don't mind a woman with kids, just because, like you said, I mean, I know, again, that's the dynamic of her relationship with her child's father. That's on them. At the end of the day, I have the choice. I could leave if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it gets to the point where it's like, but again, I don't mind doing that. And I also respect, I've had some, women like, kind of like keep me, I guess separate, I would say. Like, I was never at the house when their child was there, or like, I've never, we never went out like together or anything. Like, she kept that dynamic separate, which I respect. That's her choice, that's her child, that's her relationship with her child's father. So I respect that completely. So I don't mind it personally. To me, I can definitely work around it, as far as a relationship goes, or if we just messing around or whatever the case might be, you feel me? So I definitely don't mind at all. And they say you get a little better after kids. So, I don't know. You feel me? Look, I don't know.
I'm dead.
So I'm with it.
That's what's up. Like, I feel that everybody has their view on the topic, and it's dope that you don't mind it. My next question for you, single people, with social media, again, it always goes back to that, and just technology in general being so prominent in just like our everyday life. Like, hell, we're on social media right now, technically doing this podcast. Um, the approach is different. There's no more, hey, how you doing? My name is XYZ. Can I I'd like to take you out. And now niggas is just sliding in the DMs and just shooting a shot, starting with whatever and taking it from half court. So what is the best way to approach? I'm gonna let everybody answer individually. What is the best way to approach you? Because hey, maybe some people like they DM slid in. Like, no knock to it. So we're gonna start with Victoria. What is the best way if a man listening to this podcast wants to approach Victoria? What what does he need to be coming with? Like, how does he need to approach you?
I mean, I had this situation happen, and it was fine. Nigga looked like Drake, and he slid in my DMs, and I was like, you know, whatever. I really ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, you know, I need to come, you know, link up with you. And I'm like, where you live? And he said, and I was like, oh, whatever. So I think like a month or something had slid through. And it was just one of those days. And like, I don't know. So basically he slid in and shit. It was cool. It was a good time. So I mean, I can't really tell you what to say, but it's not really like common that I really be linking up with people like in my DMs. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. It might happen. It might. So I can't really tell you nothing to say. Gotta shoot your shot and see.
I was just saying, basically, look, shoot your shot, see if it goes.
You gotta shoot your shot and see.
Timing is everything. Like Lorenzo said, it's all about timing.
It just depends. I'm telling you. So I mean, I said all that to say, like, not saying Drake is like everything, but he was fine, and I still wasn't putting any press. But he hit me up. It was like a month later. Timing was just like, like. So you know, it's kind of slid. You know,
I'm with it. It is what it is. All right, Keila.
You know, I be getting a lot of I really do be getting a lot of DMs. Like niggas really do be sliding in my DMs, but I'll make sure I go look at their page first. I'll see if they cute. I'll see if they follow more people that follow them. You know, so it's a lot of factors to take into consideration, because it's like people will shoot their shot, but it's still like online dating. Like if we go back into like the prehistoric days, like MySpace and Black Planet, all that shit, like you really are meeting someone off the internet. So you gotta look and try and analyze as best you can. But the best way to slide into my DMs is to like ask if I want to go drink or go eat some food somewhere I've either never been or somewhere that's a nice spot. Like, please don't try and Olive Garden me. Please don't try and take me anywhere that I'm gonna be like, okay, I've been here before 700 times. Like, the way to slide in my DMs properly is to offer something that seems like a new experience for me to remember. So then it doesn't really seem like I just met you on the internet. You might be cool, you might not be, but I'm gonna still be like, hey, just take my number because I like to FaceTime and I still want to fill you out. But even with filling people out, they might not be who you think they are on social media. So, you know, and you got to do a height check. I'm tall as fuck. I'm tall as fuck, and I give off the illusion that I'm not that tall. I'm tall. Niggas be short. Niggas be short. And so now I got to make sure you're not 5'3". So it's too many factors, y'all. It's too many factors.
My dog basically said she's not trying to go to the Cheesecake Factory. So don't slide in her DMs talking about.
Please don't take me to the Cheesecake Factory. Don't do it. Do not.
What about the 2 for $20? What if they want to take you to Chili's? You don't want to do that?
Like that.
Girl, right? No.
Absolutely
you know,
not.
niggas love the 2 for $20.
I'm
So,
not
right,
going with
disrespectful.
nobody that I'm about to split $10 with.
Niggas love a
So we making it about the bread now.
Right.
We gonna make it about the bread regardless.
That's what it sounds. I thought the purpose of the date was to sit down and talk intimately and get to know
I'm
you.
not going to Chili's.
Same $20. You can have a little, you know, some wine and crackers.
Nah, it's levels to it. You can't take me anywhere. Like I really find out myself. I find out myself and I do stuff. So you can't take me somewhere that.
I have no issues with that. But if we talking about the first date, right? The first date, the purpose of it essentially is to get to know you.
Wait. I don't want to cut you off. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. We gonna get to the $200 at the Cheesecake.
Okay.
We gonna get there. But first, Rich, tell us how should Shorty slide into your DMs if she want to talk?
Yeah, so kind of like what Keila was saying, like, you know, I get a lot of, first off, one, I'm a habitual DM slider inner. That's one. So when my DMs get slid into, you know, as for a woman, you kind of got to differentiate yourself from everybody else. Now, Burton and I, we've had this conversation. How you do that is you show interest in sports. Like anytime a woman says anything like about sport, I'm like, oh shit, you know that? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that sparks my interest, and that's what gets me like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay, so Shorty's different, you feel me? So I'm definitely probably pay her a little bit more attention than, you know, somebody that's just sliding in with a hey or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like if Shorty slid in and was like, oh, you know, who do you think is the best quarterback in the NFL? I'm like, the fuck? You know about that? All right, man. Let's have this conversation, right? So, yeah.
Okay, and last but not least, Lorenzo, how you want these niggas sliding up in your DMs,
Look,
or just don't?
Just don't, because I mean, it'd be a lot. You know, it'd just be a lot of body parts mainly. That's the shooting the shot. And
I'm about to slide in your DM right now, so.
It's like you have to be authentic. Like you gotta, like you said, reach something that's gonna be, you know, that's gonna stand out. You know, show me something different. Don't just be like, hey, you wanna fuck? Like, okay, I can go outside and be like, hey, you wanna fuck? Let's fuck, you know, but just be different, or just don't. Just like that. Be different or don't.
Listen, because you know niggas be sliding in your DMs and it just be an unsolicited dick pic. Right. And nigga, let me say this for every nigga that's listening.
I like those. I like those.
You what? Like
send them to
this. You are the very first one.
I like those. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get on here and cap. I like those. Like I ain't gonna. That's not. You know, I'm not saying I warrant them. But you send it, I'm looking, and I'm like.
I mean, but it's like I can go to Twitter and get dick and ass. Like if I want to see a pic real quick, you know, it's like, or I can jack off and, you know, please myself. I don't need that. Show me something else. Like, what can we do for each other? Like, can I benefit you on your business? Like, can I help?
I'm not looking for all that online. If you send me a dick pic, then let me just see. Yeah, show like, the ball.
Off anytime, you know? So.
But yeah, you gonna fuck off that?
Like, for
just a straight dick pic? You gonna fuck off that?
No, I'm just saying I like unsolicited.
She's definitely.
I said I'm not warranting them. Like, no, of course I wouldn't. Like,
you just want to see something real quick, you know?
No, I don't want to see it, but if you send it, I'm not gonna look like I like it. Like, what you mean?
So like what I'm saying, like the very first thing in your DM, you just open your DM and then it's like plow, penis. Like that's what I'm talking about when I say
I'm gonna look and I'm gonna smile.
From look, you don't even know.
You gonna respond and be like, "Oh,
cute." You sending pussy
back? If I'm a look. If it's nice, then I'll be like, I might hit him with the like little smirk. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, you know, okay, but we're gonna leave it at that because at that point, I don't take you serious.
Okay.
So you sending that photo. Okay. For one, I know you on some real freako shit, which is fine, but you're not my dude, so it's not fine. Two.
Okay.
I mean, like, I'm a Libra, like, we flirt. I don't know what else to say. Three, like, I'm not going to take you serious, but if you send it, and if it look nasty, because some of them be ugly. But yeah, people be sending videos, all kind of stuff. I said nasty.
No, and ashy.
No. Oh, well, see, not the ones that, no. Ew. No, I didn't see them.
Nice. Listen, I done got some unsolicited dick pics that have been like report spam. Like, just don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. One, don't lie to my period.
When you were single.
This is niggas. Bitches' husbands still be in my DMs. And you know what I do with those DMs? I take it right to Stefan. I take it right to Stefan and be like, babe, look at this. This shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? No, but I'm not like the dick pic. I'm not going to take no dick pic and show it to him, but I'm going to show him like a message if somebody, I'd be like, look, and his wife is this, and this, because that's the type of stuff you know what I'm saying? That's the type of stuff we laugh at and stuff like that. Like, because one thing about us is we have trust over everything. Communication, trust, like you could call me tomorrow and be like, hey, I saw Stefan with some bitch. And I asked Stefan, like, yo, Rich said he saw you with some bitch. You be like, I wasn't with no bitch. Oh, okay, well, you weren't with no bitch. Like that's, you know, so we have that open line. Niggas be sliding in my DMs. Don't. But DMs, unless you're trying to get me to be an influencer for your brand, or if you know what I'm saying, got the plug on some hospital that's hiring because I'm graduating from nursing school in August, don't slide my DMs.
But this the thing though, Brystal, they don't listen because I literally put in my bio on Instagram, like, I am not interested, or like, don't hit me up, and they still do it. Like literally, they be like, "Oh, I seen you. What y'all?" I'm like, I'm not playing hard to get. Like, I'm serious. Like, I just
don't care.
I don't.
Niggas not even reading your bio.
Don't waste your
They
time.
looking at your
Right.
picture and sliding in DMs. They are not even looking at your bio.
Yeah, but if God sent the nigga in the DMs for you, now you blocking your blessing. The fuck?
Well, I mean, listen, I just believe that Dios himself, which is God in Spanish, if y'all don't know, I'm a little bilingual. I don't believe he would. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
so where are you going to meet niggas then? Because
so that's the thing. Like right now, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not like dating or anything right now. Like I'm solely focused on building for my future. Like I had a lot of time doing all of that. So I'm really low key. Like I am abstinent. It's been well over a year. I haven't entertained anyone. I'm literally focused on my goals, like tunnel vision. So I mean, it really takes a lot to get me to really be, especially at this point, because
No, I was gonna say, so when you're ready, then you'll start looking.
I mean, I don't really feel like I should be the one looking. Like, I mean, it's gonna come to me. I mean, if I meet someone,
go ahead.
If I meet someone and I feel like, they're attractive, I guess I'll shoot my shot. But it's one of those things where, I mean, a lot of times men approach me. So I'm not really in that position to have to shoot my shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, not trying to be funny, but 8 times out of 10, it's like, oh, okay, so if I'm feeling him, he might be feeling me. And then that's that. But right now, I'm just solely focused.
But the bio is making you unapproachable. Don't hit me up. I'm not interested. Okay.
On
cool.
purpose.
On
purpose, and it doesn't work.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're just in a room, you locked in the dungeon the whole time, how you expect to find Prince Charming is what I'm saying. You have to put yourself in those situations, make yourself approachable.
Exactly.
The sons will approach you.
But what I'm saying is right now, right, that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting anything in my bio,
you'll make
though.
yourself accessible. That's what you're saying. When you're ready, you'll make yourself accessible. Yeah,
I'm not shut down, but if you listen to what I was saying in the beginning, I am focused on my goals. Like, for me though, like me being able to take care of myself and finishing like school, getting in this program, that's the biggest thing. Because I'm not looking for a man to give me money or pay my bills, which is fine if he does. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I get into a relationship, like, yeah, but it's not just like, oh, what can this man do for me? Or you got to do this for me. It's more like, okay, I need to go to school and get this for myself. So then, I'm a firm believer in bringing something to the table. So, I mean, if someone approaches me, I mean, because dudes, like, regardless to where I go, like, dudes, like, talk to me. It really can be anywhere. So it's just, Are
you responsive to that is what I'm asking?
I'm responsive, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then you're not completely unapproachable. You just focusing on yourself right now. Once you get to a level where you feel, all right, it's good, appropriate, I could bring somebody in, you'll make yourself all the way accessible.
I will say, if we're going off of social media, yeah, I come off like not accessible, because why should you have access to me and you don't, know me like that? You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But in person, so keep in mind, I live in a new city, so I'm not from Savannah. So I don't know the people here because I literally go to school and I come home and I work out. So, I don't club anymore. Like, I'm really like focused, because it's just like, I don't have time. So if it happens, it happens. I'm not like dodging it, but I'm not putting any press for it. It's not like,
Understand. I get it. Makes sense.
Okay. Does it really make sense? Because you're looking like,
no, it makes sense. I get what you're saying completely.
Okay. Because I'm not a bitch. I know that I probably come off like that if you didn't know me or whatever, just like me being, I'm just really straightforward though. Like, I'm intentional, like Keila said. And so I do a lot for myself. So it's like,
you're choosing, you're allocating your time and your energy properly. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're unapproachable. It just means that you're picking and choosing what exactly comes into your space. Like at this big age, we should be able to notice bullshit, or we should be able to like feel. You have a gut feeling. Like men aren't that far off from being emotionally intelligent. You have a gut feeling when you know this ain't going nowhere, or you know when something isn't compatible for you. So you might meet Rich, you might meet somebody that's like, oh, she cool, she look good, but it's empty right here. She a little dumb. She might not be spiritually full. And you like, oh no, I don't have time for that. A woman might slide in your DMs and be like, oh, I think you look good. But you're gonna be like, yeah, thank you, but I'm looking at you, or just off the vibes, like you feel that shit and you don't want to give your time to it. Like,
no, understand.
Yes. It's easily for me to get distracted by good dick. It's so easily for me to get distracted. I just be like, can you just come on your lunch break and I can,
well, no, because I was just saying the way it was sounding was like, as soon as a man's like, hey, how you doing? My name is Victoria. He's like, nah, I'm good.
He's like, no, like, I see that.
How can you catch the vibe?
Sometimes it is that. It is that sometimes, because sometimes
he doesn't know you. You don't know him yet. That's not fair. You didn't give it a chance.
But this is the thing, though. Like,
I'm listening.
It's only that way. I'm not a rude person. However, it's only that way if I feel like, because men come up to you and they can approach you any kind of way. If you come up and you're nice and you're like, hey, I know I don't know you, blah, blah, blah. I just want to get to know you, or whatever, however it may be. But if you be like, hey, damn, you got a lot of ass. Like, okay, listen, I went to the gas station.
Well, that's respectful.
I went to the gas station. This dude was like, damn, you got a lot of ass. Let me pay for your gas. No, I'm good. Exactly. What?
Yeah,
ew. But terrible. You know, I went exactly. And another dude, I went to a store another day, or I'm somewhere else. He's like, hey, I just want to get to know you. Is it all right if I have your phone number? I'm really not interested in dating anyone right now, blah, blah, blah. However, I do appreciate you taking the time out to compliment me. I'm really nice. Yeah, it's just,
that's fair. I feel that's more than fair. You're absolutely right. I was just saying, I thought the way you was making it seem was like, as soon as a dude, hey, how you doing? Nah, I'm good. Like, you just completely
straightforward though. I'm straightforward. So a lot of men can't really handle that. It takes a special type of man to be able to be like, you better chill. And I'm like, ooh, okay. All right. But it just really takes a lot. Like, or Keila, you over there sitting light skin, listen, you feel me, you understand. I appreciate that. Thank you. Energy, good energy. No, because she understood exactly. She was able to dissect exactly what I was saying,
And we are all one. Black is in every color. You guys can listen to episode 3.
We are.
Where we discussed colorism.
We did.
I mean, that's fine. I'm sure, I guess, don't make me out to be Trina now.
Oh, no. I was
trying
to find a way to settle, to plug all the other episodes. I'm not trying to have you out here like Danny Lee. I'm not trying to have you.
Girl, because listen, I'm the baby color.
I like oil complexions.
Listen.
Oil. Oh, it's a little slippery. Slippery.
He said all the, that's that New York accent.
Oh, I thought he said oil. He's from upstate. I said oil. I said, oh, that's a little slippery. Okay. He said you got that thick accent. You thick up there.
It's not even an accent. It's I speak regular. Just like y'all.
To you.
No, sir, you don't.
Regular. You hella got a New York accent. Like,
you call me Shorty. You was like, hey, Shorty said. I'm like, who's Shorty? Like, I'm Shorty.
Oh, you Shorty, but you're right. Okay, my apology.
No, I mean, you good. It's the New York thing, Let me get my Timbs.
Y'all are funny. All right. To segue though, I want to segue off of something that Rich and Victoria was saying when we were coming forward, talking about like the dates in the first and everything like that. And then we were talking about timing, and we were talking about just all of those things. So what do you guys feel? And I'm gonna start with Lorenzo. What do you guys feel like? This is a 2-part question. One, when is too soon, or is it ever too soon to have sex with someone who you intend on dating or currently dating? And second part of the question, first date, what should that first date look like? Who should pay? Who should set the date up? What classifies as a first date? Is a first date Netflix and chill, or do we necessarily have to leave the house for it to be a date? I don't believe in the making the man wait. I feel like if the energy is there, if you know what I'm saying, if the just like y'all have like that vibe and that just like the aura and everything is just like there and you feel it, then you should, you know, you should go for it. But I also don't put too much, this is gonna sound problematic. Let me see how I'm gonna word this. Don't matter. Anyway, I don't put that much stake into just like sex. To me, like sex and intimacy, you can have one without the other. Like I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I done had a slew of niggas, you know what I'm saying, that I wasn't intimate with, but you know, bitch got bodies on the list. Like, so, but you know, it hasn't been like intimate, but when you know what I'm saying, when you feel that, and that's what makes you want to continue to get to know that person as a person. Cause before I could look at a nigga and just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? That's just another dick to me. But when you have somebody as a person, it's like, okay, this is like, now we're building on that. Now I want to get to know your mind, how you feel about stuff, what you like, what you don't like. And that's, you know, so I don't believe in the time limit. I feel like if you feel like the time is right, whether it's the first 2 hours, whether it's 2 weeks, 2 months, you know, if the vibe is there, is there. I feel like if you wait in a certain amount of time and the vibe is not there, like if you 6 months into going, you know, getting to know somebody and you haven't been intimate with them, you haven't even, you know what I'm saying, have sex with them or anything like that. It's like, how do you even know? Because to me, sex can make or break a relationship. Like being compatible sexually is extremely important. And you know, shout out to the people, like that's why I feel like the people who've been together since high school and only been with each other. Y'all know who Kev on stage is?
Yeah.
Like a social media comedian.
Yeah.
He and his wife have been together since high school and they've only been with each other. So they have a podcast called the Love Hour podcast. It's really good if you know what I'm saying. If you're into like intimacy and stuff and just building blocks on relationships, y'all should listen to that. But and I feel like they had to build their sexual compatibility because when they first started, neither one of them knew what they were doing because they were both virgins. You know what I'm saying? Now, 20 years and 2 kids later, it's like you got to keep building on that. So not to go too far off the topic, but yeah, we'll start with Lorenzo. How do you feel about first dates and too long and all that?
So the first part of the question, I mean, it's different folks, different strokes. So sometimes, like, I used to be the type of person to where I would, you know, wait, try to have like those conversations, like see where we fit, how we're compatible. Wait like a week, probably wouldn't have sex for like the first month and a half or whatever. See, yeah, because I was really like that type of committed person, like every relationship. But you know, then also while I was in the military, met somebody who was supposed to be a fucking one night stand. We fucked on the first night. We, you know, ended up being together for a little over a year and almost got married. So it's like, you know, it's like, what do you do? But and I guess for like the second part, it would just be, I don't know. So what was the second part of the question?
The first date.
Oh,
It
the
was
first date.
the first date. Who
Well, I
who
mean,
pays? Who sets it up? What does it look like?
well, again, in the past, you know, if I set up the date, you know, being the first date and like we go out to eat or whatever, some cliche like that, you know, if I offer it to you, then I'm gonna be the one to pay. But if it's, you know, something to be like, okay, well, I ain't really comfortable with doing too much. You know, we can just chill, come over to my place, watch a movie. We can order a pizza. If you set those limitations, or you know, you set those guidelines when you first, you know, meet, then it is whatever you make it. But if you buy into this cliche shit, it's like where you know I gotta wine you and dine you, and then like the other person's gonna expect that right off the back. So it's like now you setting the tone for what you expect the rest of the relationship to look like when you could have just been honest about the shit from the beginning. Be like, I don't know what type of money you expect me, you know, you think I'm making or whatever, but you know, we can go to a burger joint, grab some fries, maybe a beer or something, you know, talk about some shit, but That's pretty much it.
What about you, Rich?
So me personally, so first and foremost, when it comes to the timeline, at the end of the day, if you're two consenting adults and you make an agreement to do whatever, there should be no timeline on that. I feel like where the stumble comes is because, some people feel like, well, if I do something too early, I'm gonna be categorized as a hoe or fast or easy or whatever. At the end of the day, do what makes you happy. That's how I feel, because nobody else can live your life for you. You know what I mean? Like, do whatever it is you want to do. Because even if you ain't doing nothing, people still gonna talk about you like you are. Like, oh, she a hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, or he a hoe, like, you know what I'm saying? So do whatever it is you want. That's number one. As far as the dates go, me personally, just like how I am and stuff like that, I'm not that real trusting, so I probably won't go to somebody's house or have them come to my crib off rip. I feel like I want the first date to be out in public somewhere. Because if you crazy, like, I need alibis, I need witnesses. You feel what I'm saying? Cameras, something, or whatever. But I feel like, to me, the first date should usually be like something like intimate where we can talk, which is why I like to go out to eat, because we can talk. I used to like to go to the movies and stuff, but then I realized you can't really talk in the movies. You know what I'm saying? You could just really see a great movie and that's about it. Or, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you could do dinner in a movie, but I like to go out to eat, to talk, ask questions like, what are your goals? What do you like? What you don't like? Things like that. Have those intimate conversations. And as far as paying, I feel like, since I'm usually the one pursuing, since I'm the one that pursue, I will usually set up the date. Like, hey, what you doing Friday, or what your schedule look like? Let's go out to eat, whatever. So I will pay on the first date. I feel like I should pay on the first date because I initiated it. I'm pursuing you. I'm trying to get to know you. And then any other date after that, we can discuss, whether, you bring it up or I bring it up or whatever like that. So I definitely think like the first date should be like, especially if I don't know you, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I doubt you're gonna come to my crib or I'm going to your crib. Like, if I just met you. Now, if we've been friends for like years and like now we might wanna, what I'm saying, do something, and I've known you, then maybe we might could do a Netflix and chill, or I might cook something, you know what I'm saying? We could watch a movie or something like that. But just knowing somebody, I want to go out on the first date. Like, that's me personally.
I feel that. I feel that. Kayla.
Um, I feel like, okay, if the vibe is right, I will definitely have no issue with having sex on the first night. Like, after the first date, I mean, shit, if the vibe is there, it's like, fuck, we're grown. And who do we have to explain it to? Nobody's gonna know I fucked you on the first night unless once two people know, it's no longer a secret. But like, if it's between like me and one other person, we had sex on the first night, the date was great, the sex was great, that's it. And you know what? That might just be it. Like, we might go on a second date and not really vibe with each other, but we might go on a second date and just be like, yo, you want to just link up the fuck? I don't think there's like a timeline. This nigga's stupid. I don't think there's a proper timeline to allocate vibes between people. You know what I mean? Like, you could take your time to get to know someone, but like within the first hour, somebody could dump all of their trauma on you and you still want to know them. Or within the first hour, they could be like, I'm not looking for shit, but I fuck with you. I'm attracted to you. So where can we go from here? Like, there's no proper timeline. I've seen people meet, get engaged within 6 months and get married within that same year, and they are having a great fucking relationship. And I've seen people be together for a long ass time, get married, not fuck with each other, or get engaged, and that should be over. Like, there's no proper, the timing isn't ours, it's God's or whatever you believe in, the universe. Like, the timing is not ours. You can choose, you can say, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking to do. I could meet somebody and be like, I'm trying to get married tomorrow. What you trying to do? And what if that person be like, oh, all right, let's do it, and we good? Or I could meet somebody and be like, well, my goal on my vision board is to be married by the end of 2021. And somebody be like, no, I'm not with that. Like, it's just all in the conversation. It's all in the energy. But I'm not opposed to fucking on the first night. We are grown as fuck. What you trying to do after this? But as far as like dating and paying, I have matured. I used to think the man needs to pay for everything at any time. But if I ask you to go out for drinks, if I ask you, I'm going to take care of it. I'm going to take you somewhere where I'm finna get the hookup. But
Right.
But,
Ain't nothing
you
wrong
know,
with the hookup.
Ain't shit wrong
but
with it.
like, if you ask me, the person who asks, the person who initiates, at least should go ahead and take care of it. But you also need to create an experience. Like, don't be having me on no raggedy ass date I could have did for myself. Period. Because now you're not getting no butt either, because I ain't like the date.
What's up, Moss? What's up? What's up?
Okay, so I just want to say, so okay, and you're completely right to feel that way, right? So, but what I'm saying is that I'm feeling like now you're making it about the date itself. Like you said, again, I would never fucking go to Cheesecake Factory. But if I wanted to take you to Cheesecake Factory, right? What I'm saying is that if we enjoy a nice meal, we're talking things that we vibing, like, what's the issue? Is it the place? Or is it the money?
The issue is, okay, so let's talk about this. Did you ask me when we're setting up this date? Did you ask me where I like and where I want to go?
I mean, I could have, but sometimes,
but I didn't.
You're right. I did not. Okay.
Okay, cool. So if I tell you I don't like it,
Mhm.
I don't like the aesthetic. It'd be too dark in there. I want to look at your face. It's like asking me to go to, like you said, the movies. You can't talk there.
That's a fact.
I want to look at you. Don't take me nowhere. That it's not about, oh, you taking me. You could take me to fucking McDonald's that sits on the fucking river walk, nigga. That's cute. But if you not, let's talk about it. Like, ask me and then set it up from there. Like, don't just be like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna take you to 2 for $20. Like, no, like, let's talk about what we like, because that sets up the discussion. That helps you put together this experience, this date for us, because you don't know how the conversation will go. If you take me somewhere, this is just me personally. If someone takes me somewhere, if you take me on a date and I'm like, oh, I don't even like this ambiance right now, I don't like this vibe, it's loud in here, it's going to be hard for me to open up, get to know you, and communicate with you.
Sure.
So it don't have nothing to do with, like, I would like to go somewhere nice, so it does have something to do with how much stuff costs on the menu and the quality of food, but shit, I like to eat nice. I do it for myself. I treat myself to nice food and nice drinks and different experiences. So why would you not want to take me somewhere that maybe we could learn from each other? It's not going to be at 2 for $20 though.
I think where that comes in, because one, first off, whenever we ask y'all what y'all want to eat, y'all never fucking know. That's number one. And
so
two,
don't ask what we want to eat. Ask what we like. What's something that you like? It's all about the verbiage. Like, it's all about, you could ask, oh, what you want to eat? I'm gonna be like, I like pizza. I want to eat pizza, but no, actually, I want some fries. Or no, actually, I want a steak. But if you say, Keila, what do you like to eat? What do you feel like doing? You feel like drinking? You feel like something small? Like, and you do your research.
No, facts. When we do that, some women hit us back with the, oh, take the initiative, nigga. Well, I always gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, all right, well, okay, then I guess I'm just.
And you counteract that statement. If someone tells you to take initiative, you can say, I am, by asking you so I can go off of the answer that you give.
Okay.
Y'all give up too easily. And that's why niggas are stopped. Like, y'all not getting pussy as fast as y'all used to. Y'all give up too easily. Just that exchange in itself right there, that fake dialogue lets me know that there are men, it might not be you, that just give up so easily, because it's going to be a bitch that be like, okay, yeah, we can do whatever. And you're going to be like, all right, cool. You're not going to give a fuck about pleasing the aesthetic that she goes for. You're not going to give a fuck about that, because she's going to be like, oh yeah, do you, nigga? And you're not going to put no effort into it because it's easy.
If that's the energy she's giving me, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get the most for the less. So she's giving me that.
But what's the most? Is the most pussy, or is the most an experience between someone you never met before and you trying to get to know?
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's
because if I'm not having fun, why am I finna give you some coochie at the end of the night?
That's a fact. You're right. That I can't agree. I can't disagree with that at all. That's
so. Does that like dictate the pricing? Like, as far as, you know, like, what type of information is discussed on this first date based off of the atmosphere that goes into your first date? Like, if he's taking you a 2 for $20, this regulates for, all, you know, elevator conversation versus if you go to a place where he can, you know, he's paying, you know, he, she, or whoever is paying hundreds of dollars. It's like, okay, now we can talk about, you know, where I want to be in life, you know. Does that dictate what conversation goes into on the first date?
For me, it's like I don't know about Victoria, but like for me, if I already tell you like these are places I don't like and we go there anyway.
Oh, see, he not listening. He's
not listening. One, it's just kind of like there's so much pushback, and I think that's social media. Like there's so much pushback on somebody having an opinion. I don't like cheap restaurants anymore. I worked in service industry since I was 19 years old. I've worked at Applebee's. I've been to 2 for $20. I've bartended. I don't even want to go to no club. Like, take me somewhere where I can't pronounce some of this shit because I want to learn with you. Or if you already know about it, like take me to the museum. Take me somewhere, like take me to a happy, like we could do happy hour. I'm gonna fuck with it, but let's do happy hour where we're trying out a drink that you like. I'm gonna try it and you try a drink that I like. Like create an experience for me. It's not about like how much you're spending on a date. It's about you creating an experience. So if I'm telling you like, no, I don't like these type of restaurants. No, I don't like chain restaurants. Chili's, Applebee's, them is chain restaurants. Take me somewhere. You could take me to a soul food spot and we go to the gas station and go get a motherfucking box of White Claw and pour it in the lemonade and eat smothered pork chops outside. That's you creating an experience for me because now we can sit and have this conversation, like create the experience.
Because you've expressed that. Yeah, I get you.
It's so simple. Like, no, you don't have to spend $200 on a date. It would be nice, but you could spend $200 and y'all niggas just sit there in silence.
I can take you to a winery. You want to go to a winery?
I love wineries, but do you know about wine?
Fuck no.
Learning experience.
It's an experience.
It's an experience together, right? Like you don't know about it.
This is a nice Chardonnay, and I'm gonna pour that bitch out because I'm good. That wine shit is nasty.
But it's an experience that you guys are doing together, and I would hope that you would say, "Hey, I've actually always wanted to go to a winery. I don't really know about wine, but let's go." You get that shit on Groupon.
Mm-hmm. Now, Groupon is so slept on, and I'm gonna just say this before we go to Victoria for her response. Groupon, you can have some of the best experiences of your life with a Groupon
one day
for $10.
Yes,
we went rock climbing.
Yes, and then I just found my new house cleaner on Groupon. Like, listen, yes, because I'm in nursing school and I have a 1-year-old. Yes, I have a house cleaner for it. Y'all judge your mama. Don't bring it over here.
Your house is pretty clean, so I'll be there.
So listen, don't bring it over here.
Oh, that means she's doing her job. Okay.
Listen, but Victoria, did you get the question? The 2-part question?
Yes, I did.
What say you, my love?
Me and more, I've been on all ends. Like my ex-fiance, we had known each other, but we had sex the first night and we were together for 4.5 years. And I also have had other times where like, you know, like we go on a date and it was okay. So this is the thing. In my like 20s, I didn't really date a lot. It was more of the, like, let me come to your apartment because things were a little bit different back then. Let me come over to the crib. We'll smoke, we'll drink, blah, blah, blah. So a lot of my experiences like happened like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, like, especially since me moving over here, like what? Savannah's like East Coast, right? You know, I'm from Texas. So yeah, okay. I've just been a little bit like more persnickety about what I do and who I do it with. So I said all that to say, I don't have an issue with like waiting. I don't believe that there should be a time limit. Like Keila said, it's just a vibe. But that doesn't mean like we vibing and you're gonna get the Gucci. Like, no. Like, which there's nothing wrong with it, but just like where I'm at now, that's not where I'm at. And as for dates, like, I don't really like chain restaurants anymore. And like, I go to a lot of nice like rooftop bars and like just restaurants that have like better food or better quality. So it's not about how much, but it's about the quality too. He definitely should be paying the first. I'm not paying for anything until we get like cool. And then I'll be like, baby, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't, look, oh, okay, I got you. Let me take you on a date. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta
But what if
be,
you're pursuing him? What if you're pursuing him? Do you pay then?
I mean, it really don't be like that though.
I mean, I'm just asking though. I'm just
No,
situation.
I don't know. I guess I'll find
So
out
you
when
never,
I'm in
so
position.
you've never pursued a man ever in your life.
I mean, it would just be like what you define as like pursuing. Cause like me shooting my shot is like, I'm that female. If I heart your picture or I call you handsome or something and you don't say nothing back, then that's that. But, or like in real life, like you really know, like any nigga who know me and we done smashed, if you listen, or if you listen in the future and we done smashed, the body lingo, you know what I'm saying? The eye contact, so there you go. But
Well, I mean, don't again. I'm just asking for all men. Don't you feel like that's a little, not to be disrespectful, a little lazy on your part, Victoria? I'm just saying, what if a man just did that to you, like, oh, I'm gonna just heart her picture. That's the only effort I'm gonna put in. Then
but
he really don't want you.
media. In real life, it's different. I don't really
Okay,
take social media serious. So
got
like
you.
I said, I mean, but in real life, it would completely be different. But I'm not paying for anything until like shit, I feel like I fuck with you. But we're also not gonna go to no nasty ass restaurant. So I had this dude, he took me on a date. Oh my gosh. I think it was sometime last year. I don't know. But he was just like, well, what do you like to eat? I don't like seafood. So one, I'm glad you asked. And so he ended up setting up like this picnic for me. And it was like at a really nice park, like central downtown. And he had a whole bunch of stuff. And it wasn't really expensive. Like, honey, he was just like, well, what you want? Like, what do you feel like eating? I like public subs. I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't my dude. If you was my dude, I would expect you to have some wine, grapes, charcuterie board. You better have it because you know me. But, I appreciate it. I did laugh because he had the instinct. I was like, man, like what? You know what I'm saying? But he had the like music, he had the wine, he had the sandwiches. He asked me like literally everything I wanted. And then he went extra. He was like, oh, I purchased you this pie. I was like, ooh, I don't eat pie. And if I did, I don't think it'd be like store bought. But hey, I appreciate it. So, no, for real, Keila, for real. Like, but I do like nice days. Like I'm really about like the vibe. And so take me somewhere nice because I'm gonna dress like nice. Take me somewhere fun. Like we can go hiking on a date. We can go to a museum. We can go, oh my gosh, like I did the segways. We could do that for a date. You know what I'm saying? And we can go have drinks afterwards. But like Moss was saying, like, I don't know. I've been in the situation where a nigga come over and be like, hey man, I got the bun, the weed. And then next thing I know, I'm like on top or on my back. So I ain't trying to be there no more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lit, and I'm just like, oh, no, man, I got to be stingy with my kitty cat. So don't invite me to no hotels. Don't invite me to your house. Don't ask me where I live, like somewhere in public, because then I might come off kind of rude because then I'm just going to be straightforward and be like, I don't do that. And don't sell drugs because I'm going to be like, I don't date drug dealers. I've done that. You can't stash your crack in my car. No, because I've done that. Like I've literally done that. So it's just like, but I think the men, but this is the thing, the men who, once they start talking to me, they kind of be like, oh, either, oh, you bougie, or you like this, or, because that goes back to what Keila was saying about knowing yourself and what you like. Had you had asked me these things like 25, 26, I'd be like, whatever you want to do. whatever, because I didn't know myself. Like, I didn't know my hobbies. I didn't know what kind of wine I like. I didn't know. I can tell you my top 3 drinks, my favorite wines, like what type of food I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, but if you ask me to pick the date, I know what I like. So we going somewhere nice. You gonna spend, I don't know, if you like drinks, whatever, but I'm not gonna OD if you take me on a date, because I take myself on a date like weekly. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it's about the experience, but I've never had a White Claw. I want to try them.
It goes back. I really feel like, because what Keila and Victoria both like brought up, it just goes back to the experience. Because like Victoria was saying, like they went on a picnic, and you know what I'm saying, nigga bought pub subs. They be on sale all the time. So it's like depending on which one you get. So it's like, but it's the effort of asking, what do you like? What do you want to do? And then you put it in that, because like Kayla said, you can go spend $200 on a date and the shit be trash, and I'm still not giving you no ass because you was a trash ass date. I don't care if you spent $250 on food. That means shit to me. But like I said, me and Stefan really ain't go on dates like that. We really like bought some wings on 50 Cent Wing Wednesday and like watched basketball in the barracks. That's literally, or he would play his video game and I would lay there and read a Harry Potter book. Like, but that's us and what works for us. What works for us.
So you were in your like mid-20s. Had you have been in your 30s and single, I feel like it would be different.
Oh yeah,
you would
totally
require
different.
more.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
You
Because
would
as we've grown, I require more as a wife. Oh, I require so much more than 20. How old was I? 23-year-old Brystal. I require so much more. Like I am high maintenance, but the thing is, I can maintain myself. I don't need Stefan to maintain me. Like, although that is my husband, he is a great provider. He is, saying everything. Like, they don't make him like that no more. So I hate it for y'all. But it's JK. But no, but I can provide for myself. I can do for me the things that I want. If I want my nails, my hair, my anything done, I pay for all of that. You know what I'm saying? Myself. And then we have experiences like COVID kind of messed up our tradition, but we had a tradition that we started in 2015 where we go to a basketball game, at least one live NBA game, because we are both into the NBA. We go to at least one every single year. And I say at least because sometimes we've done, 2 or 3 games depending on the season. And that's just like been a thing. It's all about, just like experiences. And my final question to you guys, because we have been going, and this is going to be a great episode. My final question to you guys is, what does your ideal relationship look like? What does it look like to you? And I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to go to Keila first on this one.
Damn, I was hoping that everybody else went first so I could be like, yeah, let me piggyback. I agree. Honestly, I do not know what my ideal relationship looks like. Everyone that I encounter as of late has been different. This is the first time, I've been saying this a lot often, but like this is the first time since I've been like 14 where I've been completely single. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not kicking it with nobody. Like I am just, I'll be on the phone, but other than that, like I have no spiritual connection, no emotional connection to anybody. So I'm reevaluating a lot of things again, because I can't ask for an ideal partner when I don't have ideal qualities at the moment. I'm very honest, but I'm not the most accepting person when it comes to honesty. I communicate well, but I also shut down when I feel like I cannot communicate on the level that I need to communicate with. So if there was like a life or death situation where I needed to like go ahead and spew the ideal person and their qualities, it would definitely be open communication. open communication and the ability to practice boundaries without feeling like because I react in the manner that I react in some situations, you have to adjust your boundaries. I need someone that is so secure in themselves, that can say, hey, I don't want to talk right now. Hey, this is what I need right now. So communication is one of the most ideal factors that I would need out of someone in the moment. Damn. Of course, I want someone that knows exactly like what they need and what they want out of a person. Somebody that's able to ask the question, how can I help you right now? Or how do you need me to respond right now? Even if it's not the best like way to navigate with somebody. I don't know, Brystal, I don't know if you know Eli, but we talk often about like radical honesty and being able to like maintain relationships with people that we can be radically honest with. Like that goes back to me saying like somebody that says, hey, I need space right now. Hey, I don't want to talk today. Not feeling obligated to give me everything that I need in the moment because I don't have that capacity and I'm not in the space to give right now. I need to receive. And somebody like, let's see, this is like off the top because like I said, like I don't even have a new vision board with the ideal partner. You know, I had old boy on my Aldous Hodge was on my vision board last year. It ain't quite work out, but you know, we're getting closer. Anyway, somebody who really knows like where they need to be. So you know how to navigate spaces without me having to show you. Because sometimes I'm not the best navigator. I'm not the best person to say, hey, this is space that you need to be in while I'm here. Someone who knows how to operate, even if we're in a situationship or a relationship, someone who knows how to operate without me. And just respect, like be respectful right now. That is what I'm currently accepting, not looking for. That's what I'm currently expecting when people come into my space wanting to get to know me. So
that is what it is. Sorry about that. Y'all know my phone go off every episode, so I hope y'all not shocked because it goes off every episode. Lorenzo, what say you?
Basically just open honesty and transparency, you know, somebody that you can communicate with on all levels. I'm still working on that for myself, you know, so which is one of the reasons why I say I'm not checking for nobody. I'm not trying to have nobody check for me because I'm at a point in my life where I'm very, for the most part, one track minded, and it's like all business, it's all education, it's growth, trying to grow as a person, figure out what I really want for myself. And then once I get to that point to where it's like, okay, like y'all was saying earlier, I can be so open. Now I can be with somebody else, you know, but until then, it's just gonna be me kicking it, trying to figure out myself until I get to that next partner.
I feel that. What say you, Victoria?
Well, I feel like I've been growing like spiritually, emotionally, since COVID, physically. Like I've just been growing. You know what I'm saying? So my ideal relationship / partner, I really don't know. Because I feel like I'm not gonna be the same person in like 2-3 months. So or even a year. So I believe that God knows who I need to be with, the type of woman I need to become before he introduces me to my spouse. So I don't know, but what I can say that I do know is two non-negotiables for me would be like, we have to be the same religion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not religious, but I do have a relationship with the Lord. That's one thing I'm not going to compromise because I got to pray for my kids. You know what I'm saying? We got to be on that same. I need a man who can like cover me, you know what I'm saying? Like in prayer and stuff like that. So that's like non-negotiable for me. That and like, cause you know, my past relationships, I can't be with a man who isn't driven or like has direction without direction. So everything else, that's what it is, I ain't saying nothing about the kids though, so y'all noticed that. So, I ain't saying nothing about it, But yeah, that's it. So, okay, so I would say this. I always pray, and I feel like it's bad, but not bad because God hears my thoughts. But I literally pray that me and my future spouse like will just have the best sex ever because I have to be with this person for the rest of my life. And I just hope it's like large and in charge and like everything. Like I just needed to.
You might have to teach them.
It's important.
You might have to teach them.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, I done been with enough hoes to teach somebody some shit.
I'm not teaching nobody shit.
No, because everyone doesn't fuck the same. That's the thing.
Everybody feel like the same thing. You gotta
have to
know what you
want. You have to tailor.
Kayla, you're not gonna help somebody please you the way you want to be pleased. That's a little selfish.
No. I'll be that.
But I'm saying, what if son is not as experienced?
It's an investment to teach. You can help someone. You can show someone how to love you. Showing someone how to properly fuck you and please you is not always gonna work the same.
No, that's different. That's different. Like I had a dude one time, he didn't even know how to suck a titty. I was just like, he was like, am I doing this right? And I was just like, so that's completely different.
So we upset because he's inexperienced. So okay.
Looking back in hindsight, we were kind of young. But I just but I mean, other than that, I'm just saying.
You don't want a dude to be inexperienced, but you don't want him to fuck the whole state. Like,
no. The whole state. Don't matter to me.
Now, see,
it's hard teaching some men. There's ego involved. If there's no ego involved, yeah, maybe we can definitely discuss it. But I've had someone who this man had all the qualities that I, at the time, wanted, needed, everything. Great provider, had a great job, great personality, smoked good ass weed, drank all the time, had a great palate for food, and he could not fuck. And I would try and be like, like, this is where I need you to be, like, turn your head to the left a little bit. Or I would have an open discussion like, the sex is not as good as I need it to be. How can we fix this? And his ego was like, oh, I'm good over here. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, see, then that's not mature. You feel me? That's not mature.
I'm not doing it no more. The right one gonna know.
I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry. It's unfortunate. I'm sorry.
It's a learning experience. I'm glad I learned because now I'm vocal.
So exactly. Are you willing to learn yourself? Like if son was like, yo, Keila, this is not up to par. Are you willing to learn?
I will ask. So I will ask first before I be like, let me just go in because I think I'm good at this, that, and the third. Right. I like to have the conversation like, what do you like? What don't you like? What do you prefer? This could be before, during, or after sex. How can I make this experience better for you on my end? Men do not ask that off rip. Men just go in fucking like, you don't even
show you.
There's some men like I hate to like scapegoat and stereotype, but like I do not like interacting on an intimate level with men from Miami, South Florida. They all have the same jackrabbit fucking stroke. They don't give a fuck about learning each woman's stroke, even each nigga stroke. Like no matter where you at, like it's always like a, like, you know what I mean? Like there's no, let me learn you. Some people might have a different experience with men from South Florida and stuff like that. But from me and these loins, nah, you good. No, thank you. I'm good. Like, it's just an ego thing. I can't do it. A lot of things stem from ego and you think you already know, or you trying to like, your sex, the way you, for women, the way we ride one nigga dick is not going to be the same way we need to ride another nigga dick. But same men thing. Don't look at it like that all the time. You just going in for the kill.
But men, one thing I noticed about men is when they really like you, they gonna try to please you. Like they gonna try to be on their shit. They just really gotta fuck with you with some men.
That's facts.
Some men do everything the first because they lay everything out on the table. But then other dudes that I mess with, like before it was over, like, you know, niggas sucking on toes and stuff. So, you know, they really gotta like that. You know what I'm saying? They really gotta.
Hey, boss, don't downplay that shit.
No,
Don't
man, no
downplay that shit,
I
nigga.
hope
no feet nowhere. You can have that shit. That's why I eat ass, because I don't do
Oh,
feet. You heard?
And
I
this is
don't.
why
I
you
don't do.
single in 2021 because you ain't sucking toes.
I'm not.
Especially if they got white toenail polish. White toes need to be in somebody's mouth.
Boss, you
I
look
don't know.
toes.
I'm good. I'm good. That's why I eat ass.
I don't need my feet in no nigga mouth.
Yeah. Thank
Y'all
you.
are wild.
I'm good.
Y'all
You
are
can have. You can have that. I'm
wild.
good.
Anyway, Mars, what's your ideal relationship / partner?
Ideal relationship / partner. Now that I'm in my, elder statesman age and stuff like that, I wouldn't mind. If my shorty was bisexual. Reason being is because so she could understand my love for women, like how, like she could understand it. Like I love women. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind something more open per se, you know what I'm saying, where we have conversations like maybe, it's just us, like we the mains, and then you have whatever, but you don't really bring that home. I wouldn't mind that, something cool like that. Co-parenting, I'm with all of that. I'm with all of that. I like that. That ideal. But yeah, just more so for me, just like more so open in my personal opinion. And shorty gotta love sports, you know what I'm saying? If she don't like sports, I'll be like, because I'm so infatuated with sports, you know what I mean? So it's just like, if she don't like sports, is it like, and then can I just play the game and you not bother me? I like that as well.
You know what? That you say that.
Yeah.
I love your answer for a few reasons because that threw me for a loop when you said the bisexuality thing. That threw me for a loop, but it makes sense when you rationalized it by saying I need her to understand my love and appreciation for women. So if she has that same in love and appreciation, I get that compatibility factor that can take it
Women,
to the next level. But what I want to say, and just to like wrap everything in a bow too, the game is a form of self-care.
Yes, it is.
For men. Video games are a form of whether they have a whack ass PlayStation or whether they play the Xbox. If they PC game, run, sis.
They white. They white. They white.
But no, it's I realize that is a form of self-care just because ever since Stefan and I have been together, that has always been something that he has done. And if he's had a hard day, all he want to do is
play PUBG.
Take a shower and go play pub. It used to be 2K before 2K16 came out. After that, it went downhill. But yeah, it's a form of self-care. And I had to like understand that gaming aspect wasn't going anywhere. And I couldn't try to change that about him because I'd rather it be 11:30 on a Friday night and he's on PUBG with his boys than him out fucking some other bitch. So I'm completely, you know what I'm saying? I'm completely fine with not bother. And I'm the type of person that also I need my space to do what I want to do. I want to watch HGTV and be unbothered. I want to watch videos on YouTube and be unbothered. And if you let me have my time and Drag Race, RuPaul's Drag Race, yes, and not be bothered. But if I want to have my time and do the things that I enjoy doing, I also want to allow you to have your time and do the things that you enjoy doing. So when we come together, there's no animosity. And with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being on my little raggedy ass podcast. I appreciate it. You guys,
thank you for having us.
You guys
of course, thank you so much.
Conversation was great. I'm not gonna have to do a lot of editing because this was funny and leave everything in it and put all your, you know what I'm saying, all your info in the description box. And with that being said, this has been another episode of Not That Problematic, the podcast. I will catch you guys in another life.